Greetings, listeners. I am your host and game master this evening, Zach Barrett, and welcome to this Twisted Gear Studios production of Spacers, our Starfinder actual playcast. Last we left the crew, they had met an acquaintance of Jovax and a being from Klip-Tik's past, the Matriarch. Narrowly escaping with a stowaway on board, Klip-Tik and the crew try to get information out of Jovax's sloth. Alright, so you're on your 7-day trip back to Purgatory, and Klip-Tik, what was it that you were doing?
I want to sneak down to our guest, and I want to now, I might need some help with this, for the question that we wanted to ask was, what was she doing with the swarm, right? That was the majority question.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to focus on that question, and I'm going to inflict pain onto this creature, the same tactic that I did to the Starfinders in my youth.
Oh my
God.
Oof. You little sicko. I'm just kidding.
Okay. So you go on in, when you open the door and you go into the med bay, he is wide awake and just stares at you and doesn't take his eyes off you as you move around the room. He doesn't say anything. And then you go up. Do you start with asking questions, or how do you want to start this?
Actually, yes, I know what I'm gonna. Oh, sorry, guys, this is gonna be weird.
Weird or just evil?
I like weird.
I'm gonna go up and I'm going to touch the tied hand, almost comforting like, and I'm going to ask, "What is your name? We didn't quite get that last time."
My name is... I am Avarice's sloth.
But what was your name prior?
There is no name prior.
So Sloth, is it?
He just nods.
Sloth. How have you been finding your time here?
This was like very suspense.
He just stares back.
What would you really like to ask?
I want you to answer my questions in the order I give them to you.
But that's not the question you would like to ask.
Well, we're going to perform an experiment. I'm going to use inflict pain.
Okay, so what?
Right into it.
What are we gonna do?
So inflict pain basically says I telepathically rack the target's mind and body with agonizing pain that imposes a -2 penalty to the ability checks, attack rolls, and skill checks. A target that succeeds a will saving throw reduces the duration to 1 round. The duration is round per level.
Oh,
So 4. So basically, 24 seconds.
Yeah, kind of thing.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I get to roll, right?
I have to roll. I have to exceed the will's DC. So what's the DC? As long as he rolls willpower over 14, he can reduce it to 6 seconds instead of 24 seconds. He does not. I rolled really badly. And so he begins to kind of shake in his chair from the pain.
But I can choose to just do it quickly, right? I don't have to do it.
You could
for
release
the
it if
full-
you'd like. Absolutely.
Okay.
So we'll do this like a round of things where like you'll get an action, he'll get an action. We'll take turns going through like this.
Okay.
That makes this work better.
No, that makes sense.
So your actions first is to engage that.
Inflict pain.
Torture
Yeah.
him.
So he gets a -2 on a bunch of things. Does it deal damage too? Or it's just -2 from the searing pain.
It just said -2 penalty to the ability checks,
Okay.
attack rolls, and skill checks.
Okay.
That's
So
all
basically everything. So he gets -2 to everything. So he sits there vibrating in pain. I want you to roll a willpower check. It's very easy because he starts smiling while this happens.
Oh, that's a D20, correct?
Yeah.
It's
And you add
his kink.
your willpower saving throw. What the hell?
Where's my
Kink shame the NPCs.
Where's the
First page, right side, saving throws.
For reference,
So that would be an 18.
her DC is 10 plus the spell level plus her wisdom modifier.
So, what's your wisdom modifier?
My wisdom modifier is +4.
Okay, and the spell's level, it was a supernatural ability, so it is just 14.
Oh no, it was not. It's a second.
Second, okay, so it's 16. The DC for that spell is 16. It's 10 plus your wisdom modifier plus the spell level that was used. So in this case, he definitely didn't pass it. All right, and what's your will saving throw? What's your...
Oh, my will saving throw.
So you add the modifier for your will to your die roll.
Yeah, that was 18 in total.
18. So yeah, it doesn't really throw you off, but it's
weird. It's weird.
It doesn't have the effect that you're going for.
Oh.
Battle of the Dog Wills.
Well, that sucks.
Cool.
So, okay, well, I'm gonna assume...
Do you have a question after you inflict pain to him?
Yes, what was the Matriarch doing with the swarm?
Intimidate check.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, Klip-Tik. This must be...
17.
You're familiar with what she does to people, how she affects their minds.
I'm also gonna recast inflict pain again.
Oh my god.
Can it stack?
I'm allowed to.
I think for the purposes of this role play exchange,
It's not,
it doesn't make that now it's -4 to everything. It just recasts the same spell.
Yeah, there's no pluses to it or anything like that.
It's just for thematic purposes.
Yeah.
Is that she's tormenting this guy. Fair. So it gives him -2 to any checks to resist things from you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's what allows you to roll. Yeah, it's just for flavoring.
Okay. Yes.
Cool. So you do it again.
Yes.
He jolts in his chair again and continues to stare at you. Just not as grinny as before, but he's taking it pretty well.
Okay. And I'm gonna
Answers your
assume
question.
the spell dissipates. I'm assuming after that, or.
It's up to you.
Oh, that's fair. No, I'm gonna keep it for its 4 rounds.
It's 24 seconds.
24
All right.
seconds. Oh
So you watch him rack in pain for 24 seconds.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my god.
He drilled terribly that time as well. After 12 seconds,
Yeah.
he seems to have shaken off the spell. Looks at you.
Are you enjoying using what she taught you?
I enjoy protecting my friends, and I will do anything to do that.
I don't recall being a threat to your friends.
And he kind of flails his very, very scrawny limbs while he's shackled to the gurney.
Limbs or limbs?
His appropriate limbs. My God.
Not a sex
Not the... I'm not saying it.
The big limbs, not the little limbs.
The
Yes.
sex limbs.
No, it's the regular limbs.
No sex.
People are terrible.
Sorry.
dislodged this
not
super
this,
serious
it's not
moment.
that kind of fight, okay?
Like
guys are
4
awful.
different times now.
Okay. So he leaves that with you.
Anyway, back to the torture
Back to
that's
the
taking
torture
place
that's taking
right
Oh
now.
my God.
Sorry, I said that, and what did you say afterwards?
He asked if you're enjoying using
And
the
I said-
tool she gave you.
Oh, no, I mean, my response was I enjoy to protect my friends, and you said you were your threat.
And he said, do I seem like a threat to your friends, flailing his rather frail form?
Anyone associated to the Matriarch is a threat.
Then you best leave them behind.
I'm going to cast Mind Thrust. And I'm going to read this to everyone because you should know this.
Motherfucker.
You divine the most vulnerable portion of your opponent's mind and overload it with a glut of psychic information. The target can attempt a will saving throw to have the damage dealt by this spell. The spell has no effect on creatures without an intelligence score.
All right.
So it is
So
a
what's the
level.
DC?
It's a second level spell.
So 16. I have to roll over 16 to get half damage.
I deal 4d10 damage.
Oh,
Roll 4d10.
You're gonna kill him. You're gonna kill him. He's dead. He died.
Will you stop it, Bailey? It's fine.
I'm sorry.
D10. I'm gonna sound really dumb. That's that one, this one, this one.
It's
and
the
I
ones
should
you use for
have-
Cthulhu.
Yes, that's right. You're correct. I have one more. I know
I
I
am
have one
correct.
Are you fine?
more. Am I missing it? No, there it is. Got it.
Zeros are worth 10, by the way.
Oh, I didn't get a 0. No, I did not get a 0. Sorry, math. I apologize. 11, 12,
We'll just edit it out.
19.
19
19.
damage total.
Yes.
All right. So he takes half that.
Oh.
As you watch his mind take it, and blood begins to kind of ooze out of his nostrils. And he looks up at you.
Yes. Prove that you haven't changed from what she made you.
I'm going to let that run. So actually, so that lasts, it says duration 1, nope, that's inflict pain. Sorry. That lasts, no, it says duration is instantaneous.
Oh, yeah,
That's all it says.
it's like an attack. It's like slashing
Yeah.
someone. Just
Like you
hit it.
punched him. but
Can I see
with
your sheet for a
brain.
quick sec there, Klip-Tik?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just happens instantaneously, and he just said that. I'm going to, is there anything like a rag or a towel nearby?
Absolutely, there is.
Can I pick up the rag?
Yeah. Okay. What are you
I'm
gonna
gonna
do?
pick up the rag, and I'm going to start kind of wiping away the blood just very slowly. And he says,
You think the matriarch is bad? You have no idea what I'm capable of.
and I'm gonna start backing up, and I'm gonna throw the towel at him.
Clean yourself up.
And then I'm gonna leave. But as soon as I get into the hallway, I'm probably gonna start crying.
Okay. By doing this, I wanted to look at something on your sheet real quick. You're going to drop from neutral, and you're going to become chaotic neutral from that. That's not a task that while it does make sense that your character does it, it is one that would morally compromise you as a person.
Does he have to clean himself up using his sex limbs? Because his other arms and stuff are tied down, right?
Oh my god.
There's something wrong with you people.
Just checking.
Was that far enough away from the mic?
And the thing that you're left with is that your intention of going in there to get information out of him was more or less information you already knew. He got more out of it than you did after all that you did.
What time of night are you doing this? Or
Just
day?
whenever you guys are not around or asleep, I'm gonna assume.
And the guy never screamed.
I'm probably going to, like I said, I'm probably kind of somewhat crying, and with my arms kind of doing that thing, like hugging themselves, hugging myself, because I literally, the thing I ran away from is the thing I literally just did, and I have now just completely, I don't even know, broke myself a little bit. So I'm gonna go back to my room
You changed
with
your
my
alignment.
coloring books and just look at them and take a black crown and just start just scraping it.
So, I just need you to be a little bit more specific about when you do this. Was it when
sleeping.
everyone was asleep, or was it when everyone was awake but busy?
I'm gonna say it's probably
When you were sleeping.
probably when you guys are starting to get up. So late enough that after the session it is now like your time to wake up.
So early morning.
Yeah.
Really early morning.
I wake up usually pretty early. So I wake up and I do my morning routine of getting coffee black.
Like your soul, or like Klip-Tik's
How many
soul?
push-ups are there, Diane?
50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, 50 crunches, 50 squats, just like a whole on.
Oh my
routine.
god.
Some burpees
Yeah.
in there.
50 burpees.
Are you following like the One Punch Man formula or what?
No, I'm just following a routine. I care about my physical health.
What the shit?
I like routine.
And if she's doing this in like the mess hall or whatever, Greg will be sitting on the counter in a robe, drinking some coffee, watching her do it. He's getting real tired.
Greg has a robe.
He does.
Can it be made of velvet?
Yes. Oh,
It
solid.
looks like a
question.
smoking jacket.
Solid
Yes.
pattern.
It looks like a smoking jacket, but instead of with the shades of red, it's just red.
Yeah.
As I'm on my like
Burgundy.
fourth set of
No, there's
You
gonna be
know.
stains on it.
Oh yeah, gravy stains.
gross. Okay, gross.
The patterning that comes from velvet is actually just stained gravy.
As I'm on my fourth set of like burpees, I'm gonna look at Greg and be like, "Would you care to join, or are you gonna continue watching?"
I'm naturally fit.
Then I would like to see you complete this workout as well.
I come in.
Okay.
Oh no, I want to see this play out.
Greg's going to stand up, put down the coffee cup, he's standing on the counter, take off the robe.
Oh, are you wearing clothing underneath?
That's a very good question, Donna. But you wanted to see him do a workout, so he's going to.
I want you to roll for Scarred for Life, please.
What role is that?
Willpower.
Survival?
Willpower.
I don't know. I've seen some shit, but I don't know how.
And
I'll
he's
go.
gonna jump from the counter to the table. Maybe. Depending on how the roll goes.
Yep.
And then
going.
he's going to do 5 squats on the table. And then he's going to kind of do like a James Bond or Archer kind of roll off the table onto the floor. And then he's gonna like inchworm his way out of the kitchen.
So acrobatics first.
I got 21 from acrobatics.
You land on the table. Athletics for the squats.
Okay. That is a 25.
Damn them, some nice squats. Athletics to James Bond off the table.
15.
It's more like a face plant, and then he just kind of pushes himself with his face in the floor out
Oh,
of
with
the
his
mess
toes.
hall.
He does have pretty prodigious toes.
Okay, great.
His butt up in the air. as he
You
does.
only did 5.
No.
There's 50 in a set.
Oh, for that one I got 20 for the toes. Athletics.
Roll for
He
And
stretches his toes.
Unless you wanted acrobatics,
No,
in which
that's
case
fine.
I got 27.
That's fine. That's
You
fine.
didn't do the full routine. Now it's all you're gonna be all whatever.
By the way, he wasn't wearing anything under the robe.
Yeah, we
What?
got
Oh,
that.
God,
We got
what?
that.
Oh, okay.
But then he comes back and takes the robe and his coffee and then leaves again.
This is so magical. God help me.
Laura almost trips on Greg because he does the toes inchworm and then just kind of stares at him as he leaves. That was weird. Okay. I'm gonna start making breakfast. So
So I do.
I do.
Is that what you're gonna say? Where's the
Roll
making
to-
breakfast?
Roll to
So I
make
do.
breakfast.
And then, okay, I'm gonna get it started and I'm gonna go over to Klip-Tik's door because the reason I wanted to know what time it was because I wanted to know if we would notice you in the hall, and I guess we didn't. So I just kind of knock on the door. Are you awake?
I'm not gonna respond.
So there's food if you want to eat it.
There's squats.
Because yeah, I'm not very good at this. I just don't think you should be alone for a long time.
I'm gonna open the door and I'm gonna hug
okay.
her.
Okay. Hi.
And I'm just gonna start crying into your chest.
Yeah. Okay. I pat you awkwardly again on the shoulder, but I don't hug you back because I don't know how. Because it's really strange. I don't know what to do.
That's fair.
Very pointy bug hugging a very pointy lizard.
She's
Not
got
pointy.
armor. She's protected. She's fine.
How do I hug someone so much shorter than me? Without crouching. I'm already being hugged. Okay. Yeah. Hi.
I'm just gonna continue weeping.
Okay.
What did I learn in sensitivity training?
Do you want a tissue?
Please.
Okay. They're over there.
Please start walking and just drag me with you.
Yep, I can do that. I start walking towards the mess hall.
And I'm just holding on with, and she's just dragging me along. the hall. I'm not saying anything.
I'm mid squat. Is there something happening that I should be?
Pass me a tissue.
There's an issue. Here's the tissue.
a tissue.
I just kind of like I try to hand Klip-Tik a tissue, and then I also like pat the other one against his face.
Oh, that's adorable.
It's kind of cute.
You're my friend.
So be okay.
So I'm gonna take the tissue that you were trying to give to me, and I'm gonna take it, and I'm just gonna kind of back off, and I'm like, "You are a true friend. Would you like breakfast?" And I'm just gonna immediately go into the kitchen and start making food.
Okay, yeah. It's just the rations that got him out.
What is
Cool.
available for rations? Gonna make pancakes?
No.
Damn it. Can make baked beans and barley. Like, what do we have for rations?
You know, space food, like that's that dried, sealed stuff, basic rations.
We're
Yeah.
in
like
a
an IB.
sci-fi universe and we're still eating like
not IB,
frozen like
ID.
space.
No
ice
one's
cream,
gotten to
we
get
don't
real
like
food. The
it.
real food's on the heap.
Hey, I got chairs
Greg comes into the
Sure.
kitchen
You now have
carrying
chairs, not covered
baguettes.
places.
and tables.
You have baguettes?
They must be
I've always
Yeah.
had
How
baguettes.
old are these baguettes?
Oh, they're
Greg
fresh.
also has fruit, if you're brave enough.
No one is brave enough. for
Probably
that.
just want the baguettes.
It's true. You just want the baguettes.
Anyway, I'm gonna make some food for everyone else but myself because I'm not feeling very hungry. And I'm just gonna start giving it out to people. Just doing a task. Like I would. I miss Chef Blue. And then like continue going on and doing my...
Something must be seriously
Have a
wrong.
baguette. It'll help him be here in spirit.
Nobody misses.
I'm gonna
Chef
take the
Blue.
baguette and I'm gonna keep it away so I can make French onion soup proper at the end of the day.
Damn!
Space soup.
Space soup,
God damn.
soup.
Yeah, space soup.
Did you say you miss Chef Blue?
He's not that bad of a fellow. He just has a drinking problem and so much rage.
Are you?
Yep, that happened. Just eat my food.
Sounds like my uncle's Larry.
Did you have a?
Plural?
Did you say Larry or Slary?
Uncle's Larry.
Okay.
I had multiple uncles named Larry.
Okay. Just wanted to be sure.
Larry.
That makes sense.
Did you sleep well?
No, I did not.
That would make sense. Okay. Do you want to talk about it?
Please say no, please say no. I'm not actually saying this out loud. But you can see it in my face.
Can I talk with you, Diantha?
Yeah, sure. If you would like to talk to me.
I'm gonna put my arm in your arm, like you know how besties do.
Okay.
And I'm just going to take my hand and just kind of be like, there. I don't know why I'm comforting you, but it's a comfort to me that I'm trying to comfort you for some reason.
Unfortunately, in this entire circumstance, Klip-Tik is very emotional and surrounded by emotionally stunted individuals. So,
Out of curiosity, when you do that, which arm?
yeah, which arm? Left arm or right arm?
Wow.
I'm gonna say the mechanical arm.
Oh, great. Okay, left arm then.
Nice.
So I'm gonna take you out into the hallway, far from the layout of the ship. We were in the mess hall before, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna take you towards the engineering room.
Great. Let's go there.
Is that going past the medic bay?
It's pretty much all of the rooms of the ship are kind of centralized. So the complete far bow of the ship has the bridge.
Yeah.
The complete after the ship has the engineering, and everything else is in the middle. So your cargo bay is kind of like in the middle underneath. Your rec room and living and kitchen are basically one giant block that has got nothing in it. It's like a loft with no walls in it.
Okay.
And then on the other side of the central corridor where that is, there is living spaces and medical.
Okay. So I'm going to slowly, without her knowing, kind of start heading towards the medical bay, like kind of directing her that way.
All right, it's not very far from the mess hall.
Oh damn. Okay.
It's right across the hall.
Okay, I'm gonna take her the long way, the scenic route to get to the medic bay.
There isn't really. I don't.
There, it's like a open the door, hallway, med bay.
The medbay doors are closed?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go out into the hallway where the medbay's doors don't open. Okay. I've done something awful.
What did you do?
Come see. And I'll open up the door to the medic bay and
Blood
see
everywhere.
There's no blood everywhere.
I'm just kidding.
What if I said there what? No.
What is the condition of the creature that's there?
Same as when you first walked in. He's just staring at the two of you with a bit of glee on his face, and he has not cleaned his face up.
Well, no, of course he doesn't. That was just being, superfluous. Anyway,
Yep.
but their
Facetious.
blood cloth is there, though, to be visually seen. All right. I thought I was trying to help.
So you... Okay, I think I understand. We don't need to be in here if you don't want to be in here.
I have to face what I was, or possibly what I am. Am I this way?
I will walk over to the individual in the bed, and I will just sit down and I'll be like, so you had a rough night, huh?
Not the roughest I've had.
I understand. So, you have information, right? Don't want to give it to us. Brings out the worst in people.
It depends. I feel like I've answered many of the questions that have been posed to me.
I don't necessarily know if that's true. Klip-Tik, what type of information were you trying to get from this individual here?
I wanted to know what the Matriarch was doing with the swarm. He did not give me an answer.
Unfortunate. So would you like to try again today? Brand new day.
But I did answer.
And what is it?
He did not like the answer.
Well, you give shitty answers. I wouldn't like them either, usually.
The Matriarch likes things that affect the mind. They were just an experiment.
Great. So, experiment? You're an experiment?
No. I am a gift.
That's... Well, you're really...
How is it
I
that
want you
you're
to
Oh,
roll culture
okay.
checks. Both of you roll culture checks.
Both of us?
Yeah, with +5.
It's 19...
Because it's specialized information that you have been given.
22.
22?
24.
Okay, both of you are
Sorry,
aware.
it was culture?
Yep.
Oh, sorry. I have a +7 plus the 5.
Yeah, so
a
over
lot.
20 it's
yeah.
not. Okay, hearing him say it and just the expression on his face and information you've heard before, you get the feeling that, well, from what you've been told of how the Seven operates, he's actually being pretty accurate by describing himself as a gift, as any of this, every time that Jovac defeated, in one way or another, either through combat or through whatever trial that his other seven members, he was given a gift from them to prove his dominance over them. And so, being labeled as Avarice Sloth, this individual was gifted to him by Sloth in some way.
Who is Sloth?
Kind of doesn't know how to answer the question.
You are the gift that Sloth gave to the Avarice, no?
Yes.
So who gifted you?
Sloth.
Also keeping in mind that their names are very simple and they forego any names that they had before. Jovac seems to be the one exception to the rule.
So this guy is not Sloth, though, right?
No.
So can you... Okay, great. Can you describe Sloth a little bit more in detail for me? What?
You're not there.
I'm not there.
Okay.
I can't say anything.
Wait,
Race.
Sloth may
height.
not be what I remember. It was years ago that I was given.
What is the race of sloth? Maybe we'll start simple.
He was a Lashunta.
Great. Lashunta. What else? What are any interesting details, personality traits? Sloth, I guess, would be one of them, huh?
It was over 8 years ago that I saw him. He may not be the same sloth anymore.
So there's probably a new sloth.
It is possible.
Great. You've been useless. As a friend of mine would say, you're being very boring right now.
Oh my god.
All right. I think
Greg was not there to hear you call him a friend.
I'm well aware.
Don't worry, Klip-Tik heard, and so did this guy.
I have very high intimidation abilities.
Great.
Oh, good. I don't think we need to be here anymore, and I will lead Klip-Tik out of the room. Unless you don't want to go to the room.
Wondering.
While you're both in this interrogation scenario, I want you both, similar to what I was kind of doing with idea rolls from earlier, as an inspirational tactic, I want you to roll just straight intelligence checks, but Deantha, you get a +5 because what you heard before.
Doesn't matter.
Did you roll a 1?
Nope.
You guys are not meant to know things. Every time I asked for this last time, you all rolled 1s.
Intelligence check, you
Yeah.
said? And yeah, no. I got rolled a 3.
No inspiration for you guys.
Yeah.
If you want to do anything before I lead you out, go ahead.
Have we ever asked the question if he heard where the sloth was last seen?
I have not asked that question.
Let's ask that question.
You may ask that question because
So
I'm not
I'm
allowed
going
because
to-
of metagaming.
So I'm going to go up to go back to the bed, and I'm going to take the cloth that I threw at him, and I'm going to wet it, and then do the same action as I did before, where I'm cleaning him up, right? And I'm going to say,
Since your master has changed, do you know where the new sloth is?
No. That is not knowledge that is privy to me. We're not at war anymore. So, the locations of the others are only known by the ones in charge.
Which isn't you.
Who is in charge?
Well, currently, the Matriarch runs the estate of my
Expired.
my late master.
And you see that there's every time he's mentioned from his perspective, late master, there's like, it's one of the only times, other than the occasional times where I mentioned his joy during some of the interactions you've had so far, where there is some semblance of an emotion, and it seems sad. He seems upset that his master is gone.
Wow, sucks to suck. Hate this guy. I'm ready to leave. I can leave Klip-Tik.
and I already said that the sloth was killed by pirates 10 years ago.
Avarice.
Avarice.
Joback was killed.
Oh,
Yeah, he believes his master was killed 10 years ago when he was captured.
Which we know is false.
right.
But he doesn't.
Gah!
Yeah, I'm trying to think what would be a good question to ask.
I don't know if this guy's gonna give us any more information.
No, you won't know unless you ask.
Yeah, that's the only problem.
Who led you to this calling of being a gift, as you say?
When my late master defeated the sloth, I was presented as his offering of victory. And I followed his teachings as he moved past the trivial perspectives of the original 7.
Original 7?
They did not believe in showing the truth to the rest of the galaxy. But my master did, and so now does the Matriarch.
Yeah, it seems the Matriarch is replacing the Avarice.
No, she's never did take up his name.
You don't need to take up somebody's name to take the same position that they had.
She always said that she was just keeping the seat warm.
Yeah, she's lying. People love power. This is one of the most powerful seats in the galaxy.
You cannot trust the Matriarch. I know.
I trust anyone that my late master trusted.
Well, that'll be your demise. Just like his.
I wouldn't be surprised if she killed him.
She did not.
Who killed your original master?
Some dirty pirate.
How do you know that's true?
He just looks at you and, like, that's fact.
Okay. Well, whatever.
Who told you this information? Were you there when he died?
No. I was already working with Matriarch on my master's behalf.
You were already working with the Matriarch?
Doesn't mean
He-
that she doesn't
he
have
had-
anybody else to kill.
He was friends with the Matriarch.
Interesting how we went missing.
Would I remember this character's sloth from my youth, like Lashunta, just based off of basic information?
No, the only like there was other people that kind of came in and out of the facility that you were raised in, but the one most consistent person to have visited you now know as Jovac.
Was Jovac.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Jovac
Only
specifically. He had like escorts that were with him.
Yeah.
None that you really recognize, but yeah, Jovac was the one that frequented your facility.
Did your master say anything about a hidden solar system?
When again, going back to asking specific questions about the physical tasks that the 7 or in particular Jovac's 7 are doing, roll a
Sense motive?
no persuasion or diplomacy, I should say.
Diplomacy?
Yeah.
That would be 10. Not so much.
It's like asking someone to betray their friends, right?
Yeah,
It's
no, that makes sense. Okay, never mind. Then I have no more
he's open to answering. He seems to be open to answering questions that may help give you insight into why, but he seems very guarded about anything about what they're doing, as there's not much trust between you and him.
Yes, there shouldn't be. This guy.
No.
That's fair. That's fair. I just kind of tortured the fucker, so it's fine. Okay, I have no more thoughts. I have no idea. So
Then let's go away from this individual.
Okay. One last intelligence check.
Oh my
I really
God.
want you guys to know, but the dice don't.
It's better. I want the different dice.
it's this
General
plus that, right?
intelligence?
Just your intelligence
13.
modifier.
Yeah,
13.
13 as well.
13. It's more than 10, and that's all I wanted you guys to roll for
So long.
7 of these sessions now. Okay. as you turn to leave, kind of a light bulb goes off in your head. He seems awfully what's the word I'm thinking of? Forthcoming. That's it. He seems awfully forthcoming about information, unless it has to do with, like I was saying earlier, wares. And with some of your sense motives checks, you get the idea that it's simply out of just distrust. However, he did leave a significant clue in the conversation that he trusts anyone that's friends with his master. You have been in communication with the master he thinks that has been dead for 10 years.
Oh, sure.
It might be something useful.
I don't want to tell him that he's alive, though.
Yeah, but then we get his trust if we do.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but also I don't want to tell him he's alive because he'd like that.
Or I could. I'm gonna take.
He
I'm
liked
gonna take,
pain.
I'm going to take Diantha by the arm. We're gonna go back in the hallway. And I'm going to look at her dead straight in the face and say,
What if I pretended to be a secret agent of the Seven and fed him some information and gained his trust?
Why would you want to gain the trust of this person?
To get information that we need.
Is that something that you want to do? Or is something you think you have to do?
Is something that has to be done.
You don't need to do things because you think they have to be done.
I understand, but I choose to do this.
I can't make your decisions for you.
I would like your approval, though. A secret between you and me. Do not say tell the others.
Shit.
Clasp of friends.
Are you sure that this is something that you can handle?
I will do what I have to.
and I'm gonna take my tissues and just crumple up and very awkwardly throw them down the hallway as if it's like a mean gesture.
The tissue kind of goes and flops.
I'm going to have to clean that up. Again, I can't make your decisions for you. If it's something you think you need to do, then by all means. But make sure you're doing it because you want to, not because you have to.
I won't say anything. I'm just gonna go back into the medic bay.
I won't follow.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, you're back in the medic bay.
Back in the medic
He's sitting there. Or laying there.
What was the... Sorry, he doesn't believe in a god. There's no such thing as gods.
Yeah, he's an anarchist.
From what he was
Atheist,
saying earlier is
essentially.
that the seven in general,
Yeah.
at least Jovac's seven,
Mm-hmm.
not only do they not believe in the pantheon of gods, they
Yeah.
believe that they need to inform the rest of the galaxy that the pantheon is a lie.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to, again, go back to the bedside and just look at him. Just look at him. See if he responds to anything just by staring at him.
He stares right back at you.
And I'm going to just slowly go down and very close.
Hello, brother.
Roll a bluff check.
15.
He just continues to stare at you.
Remember our session from before?
He smiles a bit at that.
Okay.
I remember you showing me what she taught you.
I forgot about that power. I forgot about that discipline. Show me, brother, what you believe.
Or tell me, brother, what you believe, or share in what you believe. Do something. Be culty with me.
Be culty with me. Interesting. So what is it that you're hoping that he gives you?
I'm just hoping. I just want to gain his trust. That's all I want to do. I want him to think that I am on his side.
Roll a bluff check.
Damn it! That's so bad. That's a 1 with a 4. That's a 5.
That's it. We're getting you new dice.
Damn it!
That's a 20 with a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, it's you and your dice today. I don't know, man.
That's okay. If I fail this, it's fine too. I mean.
How does Mind Link? You can send images, right?
Mind link?
Yeah.
Can I fake the emotion
I
of
will
pleasure
let you.
from all that I had done?
We're gonna take some liberty with Mind. We've already been taking quite a bit of liberty with Mind Link, but it allows so much to happen. So we're gonna
It's a good narrative tool.
continue to abuse Mind Link.
Use the
But what I'll let you do is by coming into contact with him, if you want to, do you want to feed him misinformation through Mind Link?
Yes, so the misinformation would be now because it says that you can do, it says a series of visual images and emotional sensations. So the visual images could be true to what I had experienced, but the emotional sensations can be a lie. Whereas if I had missed it.
I would let you roll a bluff check. So I want you to come up with the images you want to provide.
Okay.
And then the bluff check, it's going to be really high DC bluff check. It's basically how we're going to treat that.
Okay, the images I want to send is very few, but enough to get the point across of me torturing Starfinders, of her being, of the Matriarch almost being motherly to me with her trust, almost like I was a part of that big deal with her, and then just brief little glimpses of life on the planet, but excluding everything with Tactic and with my friend and anything
so
dispersive.
being selective.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, please give me a high freaking die.
So you're doing it for sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And this is not plus with anything, right?
No.
Nah, it's 13.
Okay. So you send those images to him.
Yeah.
But at the exact same time, he is sending you images.
Oh!
And he uses Mind Link because no one's really touched him this entire time.
That's right, because he could, yeah. Okay.
And
Sending down to the platform.
I want you to roll a willpower saving throw.
Again, that's...
Yep. This is too much for me. Can I take a recess?
23.
23 total?
23 total.
Damn! Does he beat that? He just does not. Okay. So you send him those images, and he gets the full emotions of what you truly were feeling during those bits.
Yeah.
That was the bluff check that didn't work.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
The images that he sends you are in a way to try and convert you to his cause. But he's sending them in such rapid successions as if he's trying to, break your concentration to get more out of you through the Mind Link, and it doesn't work. Your willpower is too much for it. Your willpower also resists the urge to, succumb to the information he's giving you.
Oh my god. You almost trying to go.
One last willpower save.
Oh, no. Oh, fuck me! That's a 9.
It's a natural one. Oh no.
Okay, that I need to know. All right. So you resist the information or he resists the temptation of the information as you see all kinds of meetings, and he gives you a lot of information. Learning that Jovac's grand plan that has been divulged to this sloth is he's looking for the solar system, or he's looking for some tool that Triune used to ascend. He honestly believes that Triune's ascension is due to a something that is tactile. what's the word I'm thinking of? Tangible. He believes that the ascension process is a tangible thing. And that's why he's looking for a solar system that can be in reach without the use of drift over a couple 1,000-year period. Basically, the length he believes that the amount of time that the gap is believed to have spanned is the amount of time that Triune traveled from Galarian to wherever it was that he became an ascendant god. So he is looking for something that he believes is the tactile tool that allowed Triune to ascend. And it's by debunking this and bringing this information to light and allowing the entirety of the galaxy to be free of the pantheon of gods just being a different layer of people.
Okay.
That freedom is what the concept of freeing them from the pantheon of gods is what drives the seven, and that until then they are the enemy. Now.
Okay.
And it is an alluring concept, and he has actually converted a ton of people to his side with this concept.
Right.
Where you failed is that you give him a couple of extra images.
Oh, no.
Some more recent ones.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah.
What did I give him?
And it's when you break the link with him after seeing all these meetings with him. And you also see he gives you the image of him learning that his master died and how upsetting it was for him. And it was very upsetting. And when you let go of him, he looks at you with immense joy and he goes, "He lives." Thank you for listening to this Twisted Gear Studios production. The next episode of Spacers will air Tuesday, October 1st. Until then, Tuesday, September 24th is the next episode of The Call, our Call of Cthulhu actual playcast GM'd by Derek Snow. The game system used today was the Starfinder game system by Paizo. Music, sound effects, and ambient tracks in this episode licensed through Video Copilot, Triune Films, and Sirenscape. You can find all of Twisted Gears' podcasts on YouTube, Google Play, Apple Music, and Spotify. Please like and follow the Twisted Gear Studios' Facebook page, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Twisted Gear. Your players this evening were Janessa Coles, Lindsay Delansky, Elizabeth Wells, and Bailey Yarkey. Your audio operator tonight was Rob Hickey, and I was your host and GM, Zach Barrett. If you happen to be in the Fort McMurray area, you can find me at Tavern on Main every Monday at 7:30 p.m. for trivia. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time.